What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be making a beat from scratch only using Ableton stock sounds and audio effects. So no third-party plugins and no drum kits. And as a quick refresher, let's jump over to my private notes really quick. Here are the notable new features. In Ableton 12, we have MIDI transformations, MIDI generators, roar, which is a new audio effect, meld, the instrument, workflow, and GUI updates, a lot of those, which I think are very, very nice. And in Ableton 12.1, which is not live at this second, but this video is going to be out forever. So by the time you're seeing it, it probably is going to be out already. We got auto shift, which is like auto tune. We have drum sampler now, which is a new MIDI effect. We have saturator updates and limiter updates. So here's all the new features and updates in Live 12. We have keys and scale updates as well. We have new tunings, if that's something you're interested in. We have a new granulator update, so we have 3 now. We have live view details, so a lot of really cool GUI updates that you're gonna see here in action. There's some tagging and filtered searching, similarity sound searching. I also think this is very useful and amazing. And so is the drum rack swapping here. And for 12.1, we pretty much finished everything here, but here is the landing page that goes over all of the improvements. So let's dive in and start cooking up a beat from scratch. But if you're interested in learning more, I have a whole playlist for Live 12 and 12.1. I've been making videos on all of the features, at least the ones that are most relevant, and I have them all in a playlist here for you guys. Well, Ableton just updated for us, but now we have the latest and greatest. So we have 12.1b10. This newest build here doesn't have anything crazy. We got a couple differences here, a couple things that have updated since 12.1, but also this is pretty cool. We got some decap drum racks in here as well. A lot of updates to the core library, so we're definitely going to take a look at that. So we're starting with a blank project here. Let's just go ahead and insert a MIDI track, and let's go into meld, one of the new instruments. Hentai Dream? Who made this? One of the big updates was also this scale highlight mode, so it makes it really nice here. It doesn't have to do the whole lane. Otherwise, you could do the whole lane if you want to as well. You just click the highlight scale here. Could just double this up, right? It'd be cool to modulate some of this stuff, but let's play with these too. That's hard. All right, EQA, let's get it. It's been a minute since I've used this one. Granulator 3 had some cool sounds. What the heck is this? Let's just try it because it's so weird. I find myself using this one a lot, especially on basses, this tube preamp. That's just holding down one note. That's actually wild. That is crazy when it holds down that long. That is nuts. I really want to slow this down. Let's get a couple of drum sounds in here, man. I haven't used Ableton stock drums in a while, so I'm excited. Let's check this out.
2 hours later.
I mean, that's not horrible. I'm curious, what if we type in decaf? Oh, they do. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so sure enough, they're right here in the core library. Okay, so technically we're still in the core library here. We're just going to go to some of these different hi-hats. I'm going to find one that I like the best. Ooh, that's nuts. That's cool. That's a nice little short one. By the way, some of these sounds that you've seen me grab are from this free trap pack. In fact, I broke it down in a video. This comes with Ableton 12. I'll put that video, I'll link it at the top of this one right now if you want to check that out. Let's get a little bit of noise to put in the background here as well. Let's get a reverb on here. Let's see. Group this. We'll make another chain here. I'm gonna go ahead and separate this a little bit. Let's turn these automations on. Put this in a separate lane here. We could probably copy this down right to the 808 too. And by the way, guys, the only thing on my master is the soft clipper rack. And this is just my favorite soft clipper setting. So the one I have it on is similar to like a fruity soft distortion. I used Ableton Saturator to make this preset, but this is a members only rack right here. And we just completely revamped our VIP audio hacker. We have a whole membership site now. Check this out. As you can see, there are a ton of care packages, everything since we started. So there's like over 100 gigabytes and stuff in here. There's project files, but we're gonna go to the sauce folder right now because that's what has the effect racks in it. And here's the soft clipper rack download right there. But also, like, there's so many tutorials in here that we go deep into all different areas of music production. So if you'd like to support the channel and sign up for the Audio Hacker VIP, there's so much value in here. We'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check that out, but let's get back into it. A couple quick changes to go over, as well as some effects. I wanted to show you guys how you could use some of Ableton's stock plugins to make really cool effects in your beats. You may think that you need some fancy plugins to do this stuff, but if you combine them in the right ways, like we're going to show you right now, you can get some really cool effects. So I went out of my way to make sure that these were hard. So let's jump into this. There are no new layers in here or instruments or anything like that, but we did do a key switch. So I went ahead and bumped it up 5 semitones. So we're now not in E minor, we're gonna be in A. The second thing I did is I took that faster part of the 808 pattern we were making and I made that a separate MIDI. So we have a second section right here. Second section, say that 5 times fast. So you'll notice that on our first MIDI here, we have them spaced apart, like you remember. On our second one, we're gonna speed it up a little bit. The last little thing I changed up was the hi-hat sample. So I actually took the sample that we were using and I stretched out a little bit, but I wanna show you how to do that because it could be super useful for you down the road. So here's our original sample here. And as long as your sample is warped, you can do this. So what you can do is you can actually hover above this. And if you hold down shift and you drag this to the right, it's actually gonna stretch your sample, as you can see. So what I did with the samples, I ended up stretching it out maybe about that much. Those were the small changes. Let's go over these song effects because I think you guys are gonna find these super useful. The first one is on the intro, and I wanted to do something kind of simple. I wanted everything to sound drowned out. So I went for a reverb. So the small room reverb kind of sounded cool. It made it sound like boxed in and really small. And I also did some EQ automation, which we're going to take a look at. But another cool thing I did is I actually put this in mono. So when the drop actually comes in, it's not going to be in mono. It's going to be in stereo, and it's going to make it sound a lot wider. Pretty straightforward. You can see we're moving the frequencies on each of these. This one to the right, you can see we're slanting that up. Okay, on the lower end here, and on the small room reverb here, we're taking the decay from about 900 milliseconds, and then we went ahead and brought it all the way up to almost 7 here. Awesome, let's take a look at this second one now, right here. I called this the chromatic drop. This one's pretty simple. You know, we're doing a little EQing here, and we're really just using this chromatic setting here. And you can see we're doing some automation on the formant, the bandwidth. We only have one more effect, and that's at the very end. We're doing a delay effect. And we can see that this rack right here only comes on for this last section. So let me explain why that is. So what we're doing is we're actually duplicating this part 3 times. And we just put that on 4th synced, 65 feedback. So those were all the updates I made to the beat. Before we take a final listen to this, I want to let our VIP members know that this project file is going to be available in the members area. So if you want to take a look at the VIP and what that has to offer, we'll leave a link in the description below. But for my VIP members, this will be in there when the video drops.